Welcome once again to the Jason Reuter Coach Show here on the Bear Network. I'm your host, Gary Ownbey, as we talk about Bradley Central Barrett basketball. Coach, we didn't get to have a show last week due to the inclement weather. It's really cold rather than the snow and ice, I guess, in most cases. But since then, we've had 3 games. But before we start to talk about those, let's talk about these young ladies you brought with us today, a couple of our superstar starters here.
Wow, what a high compliment. To my immediate left, we got Kimora Fields, a sophomore, and then to her left, we have Malia Wilcox, a junior. Malia's our point guard, and Kimora's our one of our post players, and glad to have them here today. I know they're disappointed about getting out of class, so we got to hurry up and get them back. So
Yeah.
let's get after it.
We'll try not to keep them away from their studies. You know, they're here to get educated, and
Yes.
we're here to get educated too, so that's part of the program here. Kimora, congratulations on your 1,000 point. You've reached here as a sophomore, the quickest in a long, long time. Even Ryan Howard took her a few more games than it did you to reach it, but I know you're getting 23 points per game average right now, and future looks very bright, so let's keep you nice and healthy and safe and all that. But congratulations on that. And I want to compliment this young lady over here too, Malia Wilcox. When last year I thought, boy, when we lose Sloan Carpenter, I don't know if Malia's up for the job. I should never have doubted you, because Malia, I'm telling you, I told him last night, probably the most improved player in my mind on the team this year from what you're doing. There's a lot of demand to be a point guard at a school, an elite program like Bradley Central at this level, and you've come in there last night with 7 assists, 0 turnovers, I believe it was last night.
Yes.
That's a phenomenal kind of game. And Coach, I know it relieves you to see her, because what I remember about Malia last year or two, foul, foul, foul. 30 seconds into the game, she's in foul trouble and back on the bench usually. Pretty, not that quick, but tends to get a little too aggressive too quickly. And I know you get hyped up and want to do good things in there, but had a few too many turnovers. But boy, that's all gone away. And I know that watching you play is fun to watch. And I know we're in good hands with her, Coach. And I think you got to feel that way too.
Absolutely. Proud of both these girls. Proud of all my girls, but they're not perfect. Nobody's perfect, and but they play really hard for each other. I don't know. I like to say they play hard for me, but I think they play hard for the team, and we're all in this together. And we win together, we lose together. Luckily, we don't lose very much, but 2 outstanding young ladies. I take them anywhere. They're well behaved, and you embellished a lot on Malia there. Yes, I mean, I knew she had it in her. I wouldn't have been, I wouldn't have been getting after her so much, because I knew she had it in her. So I tell these girls all the time, when you better worry when I'm not yelling at you.
Right.
I mean, not yelling at you just to be yelling, but when I'm a lot of times you see me yelling, we're in the heat of the moment, I'm trying to correct or instruct. Sometimes I'm trying to get under kids, trying to push a button. Sometimes I'm trying to see what makes them tick. There's times I know that they'd like to get their hands around my neck, and if they could, but I'm telling you that there's times that you may see from the outside that we got a conflict, and we don't have a conflict. They're playing and I'm coaching, and you got to have that relationship. If you don't have a relationship, everything comes after the relationship. You got to have a relationship with these girls, and then after that, they got to know they can trust me. I know I can trust them, and we're after one common goal. We got a lot of years between us. I don't listen to their music, they don't listen to my music, but we have something in common every day. We come together and we try to be the best team we can be, and we try to get better, and we try to do whatever we can to win. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm proud about this bunch, and Malia's has done a great job, and she's got a lot of games left. I mean, don't crown her yet, right?
Right.
I'm gonna crown her right now, temporarily, but if she falls on her face, you got to know Coach Reuter's gonna be there to pick her up. She's averaging 1.1 turnovers a game coming into last night, so that dropped it down probably to 1.
Wow.
I think she had, we were 18-1, and she had, let me look at this. I got the stats right here. My eyes aren't quite as good as they used to be. Malia Wilcox, had 19 turnovers going into last night's game. So we have 19 games. She's averaging exactly 1 a game.
Wow.
If she can do that, then I'll take my chances on whoever we play.
Malia, it's something in your mind. You just assume, hey, I've got to get better mentally, he was bragging on you last night on the radio, said, you've got in your brain now, hey, what I've got to do to lead this team. It's one of those things, you can't stand out there and think about it. It's got reaction time, because your quickness and your speed, you're as fast as anybody on the team, I think. And you see the floor well, and you find the open man, and that's why those 7 assists that's a lot of assists in one game. If something happened between you this year and last year that's gotten you, he's listening to what you're going to say here. To play at the level you're playing at, and that's a big compliment. I'm just bragging on you because you're really doing good there.
Oh, well, thank you. I mean, just like I started thinking really smarter, so it was just like my reaction time got quicker and just make the easy pass, as he would say. So it's just easier to really just look at it and just look at the open person. Don't try to force something that doesn't need to be forced.
Well, you're doing a fantastic job, and I've said on the radio, I don't know how many 15 times, you get Kimora in the middle, and she's a load to handle. I mean, you've got the moves, you've got the size, you've got the strength. You get double team, triple. They had 4 girls on it one time last night. I seen they just all collapsed on it. You still scored and got fouled because you've got the strength to put the ball up and in, even when they're hanging on your arms and all that. And you're just a sophomore. Are you 16 years old, I guess?
Yes.
Okay, so.
Oh, she's driving. Yeah, she's driving.
Oh, clear the roads, folks. You heard that right here. But no.
I pray every day when they get behind the wheel, I pray that they don't text and they buckled up and got their eyes on the road.
Yeah, and never take it for granted there. But and come on with you in the center there, and Tatiana opposite you on the low post, and then we got Harmony out there, and she was banging those 3-pointers last night. She had 4 of those, I think. I don't know how you defend us. I really don't. You pick your poison. Then we got the outside shooters, and we've been hitting threes pretty good, coming back. Sometimes we go through slumps, but you come back usually. What, in your mind, is a team, how well is team playing? Is it, we playing the best we can play? Can we get better?
I mean, there's always room for growth. I mean,
What this
everyone
guy's
can
on,
always
so.
get better, but I mean, right now, I think just staying focused on the main goal. We all know is state championship, and just our defense could always get better. That'll really be what helps us. So he always says defense wins championships.
Hey, every good coach worth their salt will tell you defense is what wins games. If they can't score, they're never going to beat you. We're going to have to score a few points too.
We talked about it last night. We won by 60, and they did a good job last night. The second 5, I really got after against McMinn. They give up 18 points. You may think we're trying to rub it in. No, we're not pressing you. We're not trapping you. We're playing half court, man to man, and we can't win with just Kimora.
Right,
I know
exactly.
Kimora's putting up big numbers, and she'll be the first to tell you that without her teammates, she doesn't do this. I mean, I've never had a girl shoot. She was shooting 71.9% going into last night's game, and I think she didn't have to score as many last night because we had such a runaway, but she's shooting basically 72% from the field. I'm gonna brag on you, Kimora. I've never had a girl close to that. My own daughter, Rebecca, shot in the low 60s her senior year, and I think that was the highest, 63 and a half. We got Kimora shooting 72. Now, if she can keep that up, along with Malia's 1 turnover a game, Malia staying out of foul trouble, Kimora, if she can shoot at that clip, I know she's shooting a lot of buckets, a lot of goals right around the bucket, but if you can't stop it, I don't know why you'd want to shoot out any further.
No.
And the team really does a great job getting Kimora the ball, but she's also very good at throwing it back out. And that's the thing we're hoping to get Avery Brewer back. I don't want to beat a dead horse. Avery's recovering quickly. We may have her back at a time that I never thought we would have her back. We don't know. I'm gonna knock on wood. She could not be back.
Right.
But when the best threes, they will tell you, the best threes are, I preach this, are inside out threes. So you throw it into Kimora, they double, triple team, she kicks it out to Harmony where Harmony had 4 threes last night. I think Harmony's screening my calls. I texted her last night to brag on her. She hadn't responded back to us. I don't know. Harmony doesn't check her phone like everybody does.
No, her phone stays on Do Not Disturb.
Do not disturb.
Not a bad idea.
Well, we just got these 2 here tonight, and we're going to try to get more up here, and I can brag on every one of them. They will tell you this is a team. Nobody's bigger than the program. You got a girl who's waited her turn. She's doing a really good job. We got a girl who came in and started as a freshman here. So we got all different types. That's what makes this team interesting. we got all different scenarios. We got people that are trying to get into more playing time. We got some that are just strictly JV. We got some that play both. We got some that have been starting for, you know, older doesn't necessarily make you better. They're going to hear this from me this week. Older doesn't make you better. Kamar's a sophomore now. You're a junior. Working your tail off makes you better. It doesn't, you know, older doesn't make you better. So some people have this assumption, well, they're a senior, they should be playing. No, you don't play just because you're a senior, and you don't play just because you're a junior. So we want to put people out there that are going to compete, and I think the competition, that's one of the biggest jobs I've got, and they're going to fill in my blank. There's a word I use at least every other day, and I use it a lot. We got to stay, ends with an H.
Hungry.
Did you understand them?
Humble?
Humble.
Humble is one of them, but the main one is
Hungry.
hungry. We got to stay hungry.
I thought you said
We're 18-1. We're ranked #1 in the state, and you know it's human nature to get a little fat and sassy. We're 18-1. We just won by 60. We won by 50. We're heavily favored tomorrow night. You got to stay humble, and you got to stay hungry, and you got to keep on hustling, and that's the recipe.
Yeah, if you do that, you'll do
Well,
good.
I don't know where we're going to end, but I guarantee if we don't, we won't win the championship.
Right.
But if we do that, we have a
You have
shot.
a chance. You have a chance there. Let's go back. We hadn't had a program since this came up. At the Walker Valley game, a young lady named Jackie Pickle Davis was honored with her number being retired. And you didn't get a chance to coach her. You know her and her family real well. We all do. And these girls, I've seen the whole team sit down and watch her. And that's got to inspire them. One of these days, you know, I'd like to have, you know, got to be thinking, I'd like to have my jersey if I retired and all that. But to have a person like her come back, and I talked to her an interview on the postgame. She said, I didn't realize when I was here at Bradley what a special place it was, and to play for the Bearets, because a lot of girls want to be a Beret, but 99 out of 100 sort of like the Green Beret fall to the wayside. And she said, now, and as I get older, and she's in her mid-30s, I guess now.
She graduated
in
in 2006, so 17.
Yeah, she's
about
in
35.
Yeah,
35. Yeah.
And she said, I realized how special it was, and it means so much more to me now to come back here and be in this gymnasium where I played and had success you did. And I know you as a coach, Ryan Howard, Brooke Copeland, people like that, you know, have had their numbers retired, and that's a big honor. You know you're in a very special elite group when you get that. Of course, you're playing at the elite program too, but I hope you girls took all that into and enjoyed that. And
They don't really, they've been too young, you know, 2016, they were, I mean, 2006, you guys were not even born until, you were born in 6?
No, I was born in 7.
In 7, yeah. They may have heard of Jackie. I coached her brother with the boys, Kellen Pickle. He was an outstanding player, played at Lee University after a year. But Jackie was a great example of a Barrett and a great ambassador for Bradley Central High School. She went on to Middle Tennessee and had an outstanding career. I told him one little stat. You know, I brought her over to the bench. It was kind of informal, and I said, this girl led the nation in a category her senior year in college, NCAA. Do you know what it was? I probably said it.
assist?
Nope. She led the nation, all players in the United States. She led the nation in minutes played her senior year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Of course, she had Jackie could run forever.
Yes,
she was.
Well, she's a track
was
and stuff.
She was all-state cross country. She gave it up her senior year to focus on basketball, but she was scored over 2,000 points. Was a great player and well-deserving. And you're right. I don't have my jersey hanging in my high school. Do you have yours hanging?
Nope.
So that's a nice dream to have, but
It's a team.
I've seen people get caught up in individual goals. I've never stressed that much about individual. I don't think a good coach would. Like, if we take care of business, then individual glory will happen. If you take care of business, and I would say the girl leading this state in scoring is not the best player in this state. You know why she's leading the state in scoring? It's probably because
She's the only player they got that can score, probably.
she probably shoots 30 times a game.
Yeah.
And I'm much more impressed with our 18-1 record than I am Kamora Fields' 23 points a game.
And I think we've got 4 girls in double figures too, haven't we?
We do. We got Avery at 11, we got Harmony at 12, and you got Tatiana at 13. Of course, Avery's out, but so if it was just about points, then we wouldn't be bragging on Malia so much. You know,
Right.
1 turnover a game, staying out of foul trouble.
But that's part of being
And-
18-1 team we are.
That's right. Defense. See, you get stats for steals, blocks, rebounds, charges taken, whatever. But there's so many intangibles on defense that don't really show up on a stat sheet that only the coaches and players know. Like, did you rotate, or did you help the helper? Did you
Right.
box out? Did you communicate on the pick and roll? How are we guarding the pick and roll? Are we jump switching? Are we hedging? So there's so many things that don't measure. And but the coach knows and the team knows. And I mean, to play for the Bearcats, I think it demands you give your best effort.
We're talking about defense. I was talking to somebody just yesterday, and they said, I would hate to have Malia Wilcox guarding me. She's so fast, so quick. Those hands are always going, and she's moving and scooting and sliding and doing the things, just annoying the heck out of you. And that's the way she does it, and it's so successful. And I said, well, how would you like to guard Kimora Fields if she was on the defense against her? No, thank you. I don't think I want any of that either there. But the one thing you've been blessed with this year is lots of depth. And thank goodness,
Yeah.
you know, we lost Grace Phillips last year. This year we lost Avery for the time being. Abby White missed some games. Harmony missed some games early on.
Yeah.
And,
You're right. Depth is very important. A lot of people don't have that option, and we have a first 5, and then we kind of call them the second 5. But right now, you got a starter out, so they know at any moment they're on audition every time they step on the floor. When we get on the floor today at 3:45, they will be interviewed the whole time. They will be under surveillance by Coach Reuter, and you know, they don't do something. They don't give the only thing I get upset with is lack of effort or lack of focus.
mm-hmm.
I don't get upset if you try your best. What kind of fool would do that? If you try your best, then you come up short. But I do urge them to give their best quite a bit. Am I right? I urge you to give your best.
Yeah.
I had a coach once tell me that it wasn't his job to motivate players. And maybe it's not the right time or place to bring this up, but I kind of, as I got older, I kind of disagreed with that. I thought it is my job to motivate players. I guess his point was you should be self-motivated, and there's no saying you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. But
Yeah.
if these two weren't motivated, it'd be hard for me to keep them going as hard as they do, because they're self-motivated, and then Coach Reuter can do a little bit of urging, just a little bit, and usually it works out very good.
I read about a coach just last week. He was talking about, or he was recruiting. He says, I know what a kid can do in a game. I want to go in there. I want to see him walk into the gym. I want to see his posture. I want to see his companionship with his teammates and see how he does it. I want to see him on the sidelines. When he gets called out of the game, I want to see if he goes over with a good attitude or bad attitude. I will base my recruiting on the attitude I see of that kid when he is, or she is being on the floor and off the floor as well, because I know what they can do in the game. I see their averages and all that, and I know what they can do. And everybody's motivated once you're in the game, so I want to see what they do as a leader and all that. So I thought that's a pretty good thing for him to say. And,
We talk about that all the time with body language.
yes.
Bad body language, girls. What about it? Coach Reuter doesn't like it, does he?
No.
Listen, this was a lot of experience of doing this, and a lot of coaches. I've talked to hundreds of coaches in my career, and they ask me things. They don't ask me how many points they average.
Mm-hmm.
They may ask me what they're shooting from the foul line. They may ask me the field goal percentage. They don't ask me how many points they average. Can I coach her hard? Is she coachable?
Yeah.
What's her parents like? Like, if I'm going to get a phone call about a parent meeting every time they don't play as much as they think they should, are they a good teammate? Those are things. You say, well, how big a deal is that?
That's huge.
If I got to spend 4 years with you in college and my job's on the line, I got to know Malia Wilcox and Kimora Fields are coachable. I got to know that I can coach them, and they ain't going to lay down on me. You find more about a person during adversity than you do success.
Right.
So-
Right.
Anyhow, I've talked enough. Let's move on about what we got here. We got a big game Thursday.
Big game Thursday night with East Hamilton, another district game. It's here. We've not seen them at all this year. They come in the record of 16-7, pretty good record there. I'm not sure what the quality schedule is. I haven't really looked at that, but I've seen the record. Then we got to go to Knoxville Saturday. We know they're good. Knox Catholic defending state champs in the large schools for private schools. on their floor. We've been there, we've been beaten there before, we've won there. But that'll be a good challenge.
Lost there one time, yep.
One time, yep. And then next week we'll have Howard here on Tuesday, and then we go to Cleveland on Friday. So we've got a busy, busy week coming up. And hopefully we'll have no more inclement weather and get this, behind us and get things smoothed back out again. But it's been a fun run so far. They say you're ranked #1 in the state by different polls, and girls playing good. We keep them healthy and get Avery back out of the boot and on the floor playing here down the road somewhere. It'd be good. But we're a blessed team here, and I'm blessed to be on the radio talking about you guys, because there's not a lot of guys get to broadcast for the #1 team in the state, which I've had the great pleasure and privilege of doing that, and it's not taken for granted. And you guys keep it up, keep on firing the ball, hitting those threes and free throws. We miss free throws way too many, and I'll scold them about that. We got to improve our free throw shooting. I don't know what it is overall the team, but it's
Tell him to stick to radio.
yeah. Well, I talk about it on the radio all the time. Yeah, come on. I see me say on the radio, I can make a better shot than that. Something I don't say about our Bears. But, and talk about
Every guy on the radio wants to be a coach, that.
yeah. Well, I can probably be a good coach. I've
sure
seen
you would be.
basketball. But something else talking about, I've seen teams come in here or on the road even, and you're talking about attitude on the floor and off the floor. Some of them you can see when things not good, they're just slump. Walk off the floor and they're done. Might as well keep that girl out here, because in her mind, she is mentally done. And another thing about being so deep is we just flat wear teams out physically. As you say, check the oil or whatever it is you say about that.
Oil light coming on.
Oil light comes on, yeah.
Gas light or
I've
whatever.
seen it happen an awful lot of times.
We want to use our strengths, and we got to work on our weaknesses, but our strength is our depth, our strength is our conditioning, our strength is our size and our speed, and there's power in numbers.
Yes, it really is.
There's no saying about a wolf. One wolf by himself can be dangerous, but when you get a pack, now you got a powerful thing.
Yeah.
And we got a pack over here. We got a pack. So.
Well, Coach, we're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Thanks again for this week's show. Kamora, Malia, keep on doing what you're doing. Stay healthy. Got 2 big games this week left. We're doing this on Wednesday morning. We've got a game tomorrow night and one on
Encourage
Saturday.
everybody to come out tomorrow. It's Lynn Jones, another one of his nights.
Oh, is it?
It's supposed to have been last week,
Oh.
So we need a big crowd here Thursday. I think you'll get your money's worth. Come out and watch these girls and the guys play. And
Yeah.
there's no JV girls. I think there's just JV boys at 4:30. East Ham didn't have a JV girls team. It's not our fault.
Right.
We didn't play last night either. So I'm disappointed for my JV, but we've got a lot of problems here with JV programs around on our schedule. So, but come out and support us. I appreciate everybody does come out. Don't think, I notice people that are here, and I know these girls, you remember what it's like, well, I don't know if you remember, but I remember what it's like to be a player when you got people in the stands and the gym is popping, and there's a little bit of extra step, a little quicker jump, a little quicker step.
Oh, yeah.
Adrenaline gets going. Yeah.
And give a shout. I'm glad you mentioned Lynn Jones. Shout out to Lynn Jones for what he does for this community. A lot of things people never know what he's doing behind the scenes there, but he will be providing, I'm not sure which elementary schools, but free tickets.
It's Black Fox and Valley View tomorrow
Okay,
night.
so they'll be here in force tomorrow night, so come out and join the game with them. It's also going to be on the Bear Network on YouTube. Look for BCHS Bear Network. You can see it live, hear the audio from Mix 104.1 when we tip off about 6 o'clock or so tomorrow from Bradley Central, Jim Smith Arena. Till next time, this is Gary Orme saying so long for now. God bless and go Bearettes.